This video is for you if you've tried stretching your piriformis or your buttock or your sciatic nerve or foam rolling it or massaging it and it's just not working. In fact, maybe it's making it worse and you're probably looking for a completely different approach. So in this video, I want to share with you a 180-degree different approach and share with you 4 signs you might actually need to shorten or slacken or strengthen your piriformis to get the results that you're looking for. Hi, my name is Dr. Charlie Johnson, physical therapist, and I help people all around the world with unresolved back, butt, and sciatica problems learn to fix themselves naturally by teaching them how to use the power of the mind and movement as medicine. And real quick, if you're wondering if you have Piriformis Syndrome and or sciatica, please check out my DIY diagnostic guide, which walks you through step-by-step the exact movement tests I would do to figure out what the heck is going on. All right, so let's dive into it. So the first sign that you might need to strengthen or shorten the muscles in or around your buttock or your piriformis area is basically when you notice that you have more motion on the painful side than you do on the pain-free side. So for example, let's just say this is her good leg, no pain in the buttock, and this is her bad leg or her painful leg. So go ahead and show me the motion on the good leg. So in this example, you can see how much motion she has. So kind of look at her ability to drop her knee towards the floor. Go ahead. And now look at her painful side. Go ahead and show me. So it might hurt, but what you notice is that the knee drops closer towards the chair or towards the floor, which indicates that it has a little bit more motion or flexibility in that direction. So if this is the case, where you either have the same motion on the good side and the bad side, and or you have slightly more motion on the painful side compared to the pain-free side, then this is an indication that you don't need more motion. In fact, maybe you need a little bit less motion. All right, so the second indication that you might want to shorten or strengthen your piriformis is that you've tried lots of stretching and it just hasn't worked. So that would sort of support just what we talked about. Maybe you actually have the motion you need or excessive motion on the painful side and, well, you continue to stretch it out and give yourself more and more mobility, and that's why it's not working, because you don't have a motion problem. You have a problem where you need more stability or more strength. The third sign that you might need to strengthen or shorten your piriformis to get relief would be if you have trouble and or increased pain during activities which require more endurance, power, or strength of the muscles in your buttock. So, for example, I chatted with a woman the other day who said, Dr. Charlie, walking after about 3/4 of the mile starts to bother my buttock, as well as stairs. And actually, if I climb up a hill or I'm walking up an incline, that is worse as well. And so, if you were to graph this out, over time, the longer you walk, the more fatigue, if you will, can set into the muscular system. The steeper the hill, or going upstairs, for example, well, that's going to require more force or more horsepower, more output, if you will, from the muscles of the buttock. So if you notice that the pain that you experience is worse while walking, and it doesn't start when you walk, but maybe it gets worse the longer you walk. Maybe it's an endurance problem. You need to actually increase the endurance of the muscles in the buttock. Or, if you climb stairs or if you walk up hills, it's worse. Basically, when you're asking the buttock muscles to do more work, if your pain is worse during those instances, running would be another example, then you start to think, probably not a motion problem because my motion stays the same from the time I started walking or running until the very end. So if motion is constant, but pain is not, and pain kicks in later, it's probably not a motion problem. But if, as I stress this thing out and make it work harder and harder, my symptoms also increase in direct proportion to the amount of stress placed upon it, then you start to think, might be a muscular endurance, horsepower, and or strength issue. The fourth and final sign that strengthening might be the solution for you is if strengthening helps. Now, you're only going to know this if you systematically do it. So if you're trying to both stretch and strengthen, or strengthen and stretch, then you're mixing black and white, which results in grayness and just confusion. So you want to test this out, but let's just say you have trouble going up these stairs, the stairs to nowhere. Well, what you would do is you would climb up the stairs, you'd feel maybe a pain in the buttock, or maybe you go for a jog, or maybe you go for a walk. And you get an idea of what it feels like. You test. And then you would go and you would do some type of strengthening activity for this buttock area. Now, there are many of them. I can shoot a link at the end screen here to another video of mine that talks about some of the different ways you can shorten or strengthen this area. Either way, you would go ahead, you would do that exercise, strengthen it, if you will, or contract it, and you would retest your ability to go up the stairs and or walk or jog. So just to be clear, We're looking for an immediate change here. So you walk up the stairs, you feel pain, ouch, in your butt cheek. You go, you do the exercise to contract or strengthen that area, and then you immediately retest. And if you get a positive response and things feel at least somewhat better, even though you're not changing strength right there in the moment, I get it, we could argue about that. The point is that at least it's pointing in the right direction. It shows that it does something. It feels safe, so strengthening has to feel safe, by the way. Don't do it if it's painful. But then it also improves your movement experience. In this case, it improved your ability to go up the stairs or go for a walk or go for a run. So that is a good sign if you have an immediate ability to walk better or run better or go up the stairs better or do whatever it is you're having trouble doing after strengthening, that could be a key piece of your recovery. So there you have it. In summary, the 4 signs that indicate you might need to shorten or strengthen your piriformis for relief. Number 1, you have equal and or more motion on the painful side than the pain-free side, which points to it probably not being a motion problem, but maybe something else. You have tried lots of stretching and it just hasn't worked. Those two kind of go together. The third thing is that you notice more symptoms when you do activities that require more muscular effort or endurance or power, if you will, such as prolonged walking, climbing stairs, lunges, squats, running, things like that. And then finally, number 4 is you test something that's yucky, you do a strengthening move, if you will, and you do it systematically, and then you notice that it causes an immediate improvement in your ability to do that thing which was bothersome. So those are the 4 signs, again, that indicate, hey, you might want to stop stretching if you've tried that, and maybe you want to go 180 degrees, completely opposite approach, and start shortening and or strengthening that area. So hopefully this is helpful. Again, this is Dr. Charlie. If you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications when I go live every single week, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I've got a bunch of other videos as this is my specialty, helping people with unresolved back, butt, and sciatica problems learn to fix themselves using the power of the mind and movement as medicine. Until next time, chat soon.